Hello, Capricorn. Welcome to a timeless Justice for Capricorn reading where we, as in 7th and Sekhmet, discuss however justice wants to be discussed in the views and stature of Sekhmet energy. With that being said, bear in mind, the approach of you hearing the message may be upon you as believing it to be merciful or merciless. However, that is not the point of making or bringing awareness of the topic at hand. With that being said, also remember that you have tapped into a collective general reading and not a one-to-one reading. So it is highly imperative that you use your intuition, aka discernment, to take all the bits and pieces that resonate with you and leave the other bits and pieces behind with the reading as you leave the reading behind. Some more details about me, 7th, aka Master 7th, is that I am a master healer. I provide remote wellness alignments and tarot intuitive insights such as this. And any more detail about me can be found in the description box below. You will also find ways to travel between the two sister channels that I run, should that be of interest to you. Please remember in regards to the reading that feminine and masculine energies are non-gender specific. However, femininity and masculinity reflect one another. So that means femininity encapsulates both feminine and masculine energies, and masculinity both encapsulates feminine and masculine energies. All right, on to your reading, Capricorn. Jesus Christ. No. Yes and no. Aha. Aha. You're trying to outwit your cleverness. Why would I say that? Because the devil is you, Capricorn, and the symbology of what it means to intertwine astros with tarot to gain some emotional intelligence. The devil is here. Alright, the devil brought some other extra fucking cards that I said no to. Because no. It's not about no being no and yes being yes. However, it is everything about no being no and yes being yes. In that contradiction is an absolutely mysterious symbiosis of miracles, of treachery, blasphemous behavior, happiness, forgiveness, sin, religion, freedom, and all of it may still be lacking sovereignty. Why is that? Why is that? Why is it? So some of you are trying to outwit yourselves. Why? How is that fucking possible that you're going to try to outwit yourself? Alright. Anyway. Let's get down to business. I don't got no time to play around. What is this? Must be a circus in town to shut the shit down on these clowns. Can I get a witness? Alright, let's get to it. Some of you are forgetting personal hygiene. Can't believe I have to say that, but personal hygiene. Love yourself a little bit. Alright, admire the vessel that you have. You don't have to go perfect, but do care. And if caring is too much, pay attention to it. Because pay attention, man, that's money. Some of you pay attention to money, so why not pay attention to the shit that makes the money, that is asking about the money, is waiting for the money, wants to live in the luxuries of the money. Tend to that shit too. Because right now you're treating it like shit, so maybe it will trigger you to talk like that because what the fuck? She's spicy, like a spicy mezcal margarita without any salt. Alright, what do we have here? We have the Lovers card that came out. Like I said, the devil came with a lot of shit. Alright, the shit is shit. And then there's good shit. Alright? Some of that could be, depends on the vernacular tongue, right? Just like the vernacular tongue of a good curse word, like fuck. Either that's fuck, like, oh, I forgot something, or fuck. Like, who the fuck are you fucking with? That doesn't give me cancer. Psych. Alright, anyway. Again, let's get down to business. I don't got no time to play around. What is this? Must be a circus in town to shit down in these clowns. Can I get a witness? Alright, anyway. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on, Wheel of Fortune. The money that you want is the theme that you're after in this euphoric free lifestyle of emotional exchange and lack of codependency. You know this, and the good morals of having a good conversation, a qualitative conversation of exchange of emotional intellect is something that you very much can show up to. However, when it comes to then taking all that out of the equation and leaving you festering with yourself, why is it that you pick the devil's advocate all the fucking time and then live simultaneously wanting angelic endeavors? You're gonna have to make it make sense. You're gonna have to make it make sense. Again, you're gonna have to make it make sense. This is, again, collective, right? So, make it make sense, please. Deer in the headlight look. What are you doing? What are you doing? All right. One more time for the ancestors in the back. Let's get down to business. I don't got no time to play around. What is this? Must be a circus in town. Shut the shit down on these clowns. Can I get a witness? Hell yeah. I do hope that you're laughing. All right, for me, the devil energy, ladies and gentlemen, and all those in between and beyond, all right, is the devil is the ego of yourself that doesn't know if it's operating of light and or of darkness or wants to play a game. If that sounds familiar, you may have seen a devil episode of mine in the tarot channel of the Devil series. If you haven't, maybe you want to see it. Description box below will have a link to some timeless video content for you. Alright, Two of Wands with the Queen of Cups. The truth is unveiled in a little Pandora's box, okay? You know so much. You know it well. Like I said, you can have emotional, intellectual conversations. This is the energy, all right? You can show up to a wonderful conversation. You know how to carry forth and bring something worth someone else saying, oh, wow, I never thought of it that way. Oh, now, wow, can I work with you? Can we, like, collaborate together? You have that vernacular fucking tongue. So what is the problem? What is the problem? What is the problem? That's a rhetorical question, okay? I see the fucking problem. And if for anyone who says, well, then tell me then what the fucking problem is, no. You just told yourself what your fucking problem is. I don't need to do that. Okay. All right, let's get it. All right, like I said, you know your problem. All right, you know your stressors. You know the unwellness by knowing you're unwell. That's a great place to start. That's how simple it is. Yep. You can argue with me about it all you want. You'll be arguing to a collective message. All right. No. That's a lot of books. I'm not doing that. All right. The Hermit. It is a personal problem. The finding of the Pandora's box is up to you. It's you, and more you. There is so much good with what you can attract that I'm like, what is the problem with the bad of you? That now you are spilling over onto others and demanding them to do when you don't want to do. So, make it make sense. Again, the deer in the headlight look. What are you doing? What are you doing? Shit in a handbasket. All right. Let's get you 2 more cards. That's it, though. Two. A couple is 2. Thank you. Alright. Okay, we have the Page of Swords and the 9 of Wands. You come across as the Queen of Wands, right? Like I said, there's an attraction that is just undeniable for those that are attracted to you. And then the responsibility of maintaining that is a blow to yourself. Jesus. The responsibility of maintaining that is a blow to yourself. All right, then. All right, we have relationships. Juno, 30. We have Libra, balance. Number 7. Last but not least, am I taking these? Okay. 17, Mars, action and curiosity. Number 3, Gemini. Those are meant to trigger you, have you thinking or reflection, however they are being soaked up by you. Remember, the depictions of figurines are non-gender specific. It's for the expression of the energy. And boy, is that shit fucking feminine. So, figure it out, because the intuition is feminine. So the answer is with you. You already know your struggles. You know your Pandora's box. Alright, with that being said, I'm wishing you a wonderful morning, noon, or night, wherever you are in the ether of this time and space, and may you keep flowing, growing, and glowing. Take care.